Stop. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. Don't become a nurse. If, watch the rest of the video. If you don't like people, don't become a nurse. This may be like a duh statement, but you will be surprised how many people. No, let me rephrase that. You will be surprised how many healthcare workers I have run into, including nurses and doctors, that have said they don't like people. But you're a nurse, you're a doctor. No wonder you treat your patients like crap because you don't even like people. Now, I know I'm an introvert. There are introverts and extroverts, and I'm an introvert. And even though I'm an introvert, I have a loving and compassionate heart for people. I can sympathize with them. And I don't understand people that just don't like people in general, and they just want to stay to themselves and to just their family, and that's it, and they don't care about anybody else outside of that little bubble or little circle. That's fine. But if that's you, do not become a nurse. Don't do it. You don't even need to be working in healthcare. You need to work in IT, um, some type of home tele job, or a writer, or something that it doesn't involve caring for people or even talking to people, probably. So if this is you, nursing is not your field. Don't become a nurse just for the money, because you will not get paid for what you do as a nurse. It doesn't match up at all. Nursing drains you emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, and physically. And with all that being said, the average amount that nurses make an hour is typically, well, obviously it depends on where you live, but it can range from $20 an hour to, at the most, you know, $40. And there are some exceptions and everything to this, but between 20 to um, 40 at the high end, and it just depends on the state and towns that you live in, and areas. But it definitely, I mean, really, to be honest, what nurses should be paid is about $120 to $150 an hour, somewhere around that range of what doctors make, basically. And we don't get nowhere near that amount. It is just draining to be a nurse. It drains you on every type of level that there is. So, getting into nursing for the money is not worth it. Don't do it. Don't. Don't become a nurse just for job security. I have seen this multiple times. One particular time, there was a lady where she worked in the manufacturing industry for most of her life, like the first 20 years of her life. And she ended up being laid off. So she went back to just be a nurse and just thought it was going to be easy breezy and all good. And she hated it. She hated being a nurse. It was reflected in the type of patient care she did, issues with patients, just dealing with the patients and the whole process. Of being a nurse. It was just a disaster. That was not the area for her. In her mind, she thought nursing was definitely a different type of lifestyle or work ethic. And she had no idea what she was getting herself into. But she's not the only one that I've run into in that type of situation, coming from a whole nother industry. If you're getting into nursing, it needs to be your passion. You have a passion where you've always wanted to help people, you wanted to care for people. So when they're coming in with pain, you can sympathize with them and have compassion. When you see somebody coming in and they're like, oh, I'm in pain, somebody help me, and you have to start the IV, you can't tell them, shut up and be still so I can, put this IV in your arm and everything. Like, you can't be like that. You have to have some type of compassion and understanding that this person is in pain. And a lot of times when people are in pain, they are not going to be pleasant. They're not going to be happy. They're going to be irritable and they're going to be upset. Even though you didn't cause their issue, they're not coming in to get help or treatment because their health is in perfect condition. No, they're going to be upset about it. They're going to be in pain. And so you have to understand that and sympathize with that and have some type of compassion. You can't, just not have an emotion, no emotions. It's going to be reflective of the patient's experience and also your patient care as well. You have to start IVs. You have to, draw blood. You have to give medications that can kill people. And yes, we have had obviously plenty, thousands, if not millions of people die from medication errors here in the United States. And a lot of that can be prevented if people get into nursing for the right things. And I have to say that I have seen it time and time again when people just used nursing just because, but they really wanted to be a fashion designer or they really, just wanted to be in an industry that was completely different. And so they didn't care about being a nurse. It just no compassion at all. And so it ends up causing deaths within the nursing industry. And so much of that can be a different outcome. And even with patient experience, when you get a nasty, mean nurse, it's because it's not their passion and they don't love it. They don't love their profession. And don't become a nurse if you don't have the patience. Definitely, nursing takes patience. You can't be aggravated. You can't be, rushing people. You have to have patience. When people come in and they're trying to tell you the story about their situation, it's important, first of all, for you to listen. Listen to their story. Sometimes people tell a long story and some people tell a short story where you have to pull information out of them. But with that information, it's giving you a bigger picture about their situation. And if you only allow them to tell you a itty bitty piece and they have so much more to tell you, you could be missing a lot of critical information about the situation that can help treat this patient. So you must have the patience with patients. You have to. You have to. So if you have any comments to add below, please do. And if you haven't done it already, please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss out on the next videos. All right. Thank you. Bye.